This video showcases Confero's CSV functionality. It's going to show you how you can use Confero's export to CSV function to perform complex sorts of your data and then import those sorts back in and then export your images in new groupings. It will also showcase how Confero can be used to facilitate analysis of your photographs, a more advanced analysis of your photographs. So, to begin, we have an image set here of deer taken with a trail cam that was provided by Keith Monroe. He's a PhD candidate at Trent University. This set of images is taken, they're in groups of 10. So the first thing we're going to do, rather than having to separate them manually into image sets, I'm going to open Confero, and we're going to import this set using the time interval function. Now, his 3-second delay will be adequate for what we need. I'm going to select the images now. I'm going to select the first image, scroll down to the bottom, select the last image while holding Shift, and click Open. So now Confero is checking every one of these images Confero is now checking every one of these images timestamp data or Exif data and looking at the time interval between each image and comparing it to that 3 seconds that we inputted. And you can see the progress bar reporting its progress through it below. This can take anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute to 10, 15, 20 minutes, depending on the number of images that you're importing into the system. So here's all of our sets, and as you can see, they're separated out into roughly image sets of 10 images. But this doesn't tell us a lot about our information, and we're limited in terms of what we can do with the image sets. So I want to perform more complex sorts. So I'm going to export all of the images data to a CSV file or a comma-separated values file. It's a spreadsheet. I'm going to call this Deer 1. I'm going to save it to my desktop. And again, Confero shows the progress down there. So now we're going to exit this. And I'm going to open this file in Excel. Now, as you can see, this is a lot of data. That gives you everything from the type of camera used to the color space that's being used, etc. This is more data than we need. What I'm going to use is this cell right here, the date and time that the photograph was taken. Now, I'm going to use this this column, to sort out only the images that were taken from 5 to 6 p.m. So I'm going to create another column. I'm going to call this sort, and I'm going to input the formula. So what I'm going to have it do is have the Excel output the word true if the photograph was taken between 5 and 6 p.m. Or 1700 hours, and just a blank if not. So that's a blank, but now if I copy this cell, I go down to the bottom, copy it all the way up. As you can see when I scroll up, I have, I have some cells here where that proves true. That's 1700 hours. It's picking it up. So now I'm going to select the entire data set. I'm going to go data, sort. I'm going to sort it by, first we're going to sort it by that series. I'm going to go Z to A so that my true statements show up at the top. And then I'm going to sort it by date and time of the original, and that one I'm going to do A to Z, so that what I end up with, as you can see, is a set where I have all of the shots taken between 5 and 6 p.m. together, but then they're still sorted sequentially in order that the shot was taken. So now, because I only want these data sets, I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of the, scroll down to the bottom of the true statements. Okay, here we are. And I'm going to delete all of the remaining sets because they're not of any use to me. Obviously, we still have those images on the hard drive. They're just not part of my data set anymore. So now I'm going to save the changes. I'm going to reopen Confero now. And I'm going to import that same modified CSV back in. Now you've got all the image sets still here, still grouped together exactly like they were before, but only the ones that were shot between 5 and 6 p.m. So now I want to actually name these sets. I'm going to highlight them all, and I'm going to use the advanced naming function. I'm going to call this Dear Site 1, and then I'm going to add the date and time. And this will just, when I click Update Names, as you'll see, that creates a set name that includes the date and time that the first image in each set was shot. So now I'm ready to export these images to my output directory, which is currently empty. Click Open. So now Confero, as you'll see here, is exporting these images to the directory. Again, the progress bar is here. There's about 200 images in this set, so it will take a few minutes to complete. But as you can see, what you end up with as it goes is image folders with your original 10 images, with the file name that we attributed to it, and then a multi-page PDF with those same images and the same file name ready to go. Again, we didn't have to perform any of the sorting ourselves by actually examining them image by image. All we had to do was input a formula. I think, as you can see, this is obviously a big time saver in terms of both collating your images and performing preliminary analysis. Obviously, the Excel functions I performed here were quite simplistic, but much more advanced analyses could be done in for a host of other variables, including day and night photography and behaviors. If you have GPS locations, that information can also be accessed in the CSV spreadsheet. To buy Confero or watch more how-to videos, go to waterlooinnovations.com.